Okay, so in this video we are doing about how to work out the volumes of cylinders. Now I've drawn it two different ways because in the future you'll get ones like this that won't be circles on the top, but you can use the same concept. So although I know we're focusing on cylinders, I am going to show you another formula as well, which would be for any prism that you may get, no matter what shape will be on the front. That you'll be able to work out the volume. So we'll get to that in a moment. So I'm going to look at just this one first because this is what they would normally look like. So we have a cylinder. Now to find the volume, what we do is we do the radius squared times pi, and then we times it by the height. Now this first bit, the r squared times pi, that is just the area of the circle. Okay. So all we've done is find the area of this circle here, or same for this bit, the area of that circle, and then we just times it by the height of that circle. Okay, so how this links to the formula that I was talking about a moment ago. So for any prism. Okay, so for example, let's say that you had let's see if I can draw it. A trapezium on the front, and then, oh, that's actually pretty good. Okay, so for any prism, for example this trapezium, what we do is we find the area of the cross section. So the area of the cross section is the bit I've just shaded here. So it's whatever shape you see on the front. So the cross section for our cylinders would be a circle. If it was like a a cuboid, that would be a rectangle on the front and stuff like that. So what we do is we find the area of that cross section. Okay, and then we just times it by the height or length, whatever they call it, but generally it's just how far back it goes. Okay, because prisms are just shapes that have been stretched along, a bit like a Toblerone. That's the best example because I like chocolate. So Toblerone, you've got the triangle on the front and it's been stretched along to make that long shape. Okay, so same with any of these, it's just whatever shape's on the front and it's been stretched along. So once you find the area of the cross section, you then just times it by the length. Okay, which is essentially the same as what we've done here with the cylinder. Okay, so I'm going to be just using the blue formula today. If you're interested in doing that, then you can whenever you want to. It's just there to sort of help you. Okay, so we're going to do some examples. I'm just going to write the formula again down here. So the volume is the r squared times by pi, times by h, wrong order, but oh well. Okay, so first one. We've got a cylinder. Now, first thing is to actually know which numbers means what. So the 10 is the height. Okay, and then this bit is in the middle of the circle, so that's our radius. Okay, so to find the volume, using the formula here, so we do the radius squared, 5 squared. Then we times it by pi. So that's just the circle of the cylinder, the area of it. And then we times by the height, which is times by 10. Okay, and then you just type all of this onto a calculator. So 5 squared times by pi times by 10. Okay, when you get that answer, just click the SD button. So we've got 785.4. So that'll be centimetres cubed. Decimal place. Okay, and it's just as easy as that really, as long as you use the formula properly. Okay, next one, again, we're going to work out what these numbers mean. So this is the height slash whatever length, whatever you want to call it. This one, so it's going from one side of the circle to the other, so this is actually the diameter. Okay, now we don't want the diameter, we have to have the radius to be able to work out the area of that circle. So to work out the radius, that's always half of what the diameter is. So we need to half the 8, which is 4. Then we can use the formula like we did before. So 4 squared multiplied by pi multiplied by the height, which is 6, and again we just type it all into a calculator. $301.6. Okay, so once you remember the formula, it's fairly simple from there really. It's just making sure that you are using the right numbers, and they do try and trick you with that, so make sure that you've got the radius, not the diameter.